There's 3D printing, electronics, lasers, Maker Corner, and other stuff too. Alright, welcome to Greg's Maker Corner. Today I'm just going to talk about the Hackerbox that I just got. It's box number 62, actually the first Hackerbox that I've ever tried, so pretty excited about, testing this out. I've done a lot of electronics projects over the years, and some of those you can find on my YouTube channel, like JJ Robots, Scara Arm, or you can find the ESP32 Rage Pro controller badge that we built for Code Match. So check those other videos out if you get a chance. And but we're going to take a look at this Hackerbox and see what's in it. So the first thing, it looks like it's a Hackerbox beanie cap, so that's pretty cool. I actually need one of those. And we've got some kind of a chip here. I think this is maybe the RISC chip. Cool. This is really neat. It's a multifunction tester, so kind of like a multimeter that you can run on your USB stick. It'll let you see like the voltage that's coming over, as well as like the amps that are drawn. That could be handy. This is a sensor of some sort. Trying to see the thing here. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be, but I know there were a few sensors that you could plug in and use with the kit this month. Here we've got an ESP32 chip. These are definitely familiar to me. You may have seen my recent video series on the ESP32 dev kit chip here. So this is just a newer version from what I can tell. It does look pretty cool. It's a little bit longer, and I believe it's got maybe a few more features than this older ESP32 does. So looking forward to checking that out. And we've got, it looks like a AA battery case with some lead wires to power, the board or whatever, and another sensor of some type. It looks like it's got a coil on it, so that's kind of cool. And this looks like, actually that might be a voltage regulator. I'm not sure. This looks like a little USB breakout here. And we've got some just your typical jumper wire, and looks like a USB-C adapter maybe. Yeah, so it's a USB mini or micro, whatever that is, to USB-C. And then we've got looks like a USB-C connector. So yeah, actually I don't need that end. There's a sticker, kind of cool. It's like a camera head, and then I don't know, some kind of instruction sheet maybe. So box guides at hackerboxes.com, and it's got a pinout for the ESP32S2. Okay, WOR version 1.1. Oh, that's interesting. It actually has some dip switches on it too. I haven't seen that too often on ESP boards. So USB and an OTG, so a bunch of dip switches maybe for different ways of configuring the connectivity. I'm guessing there's a pass-through maybe, or you can turn on and off the USB possibly. And then we've got the pinout. This is useful. A lot of times you got to go hunt these down. Okay, so here you can see all the components are laid out on my table. Just looking at this kind of off the bat, I can tell you, it's probably worth the $44, especially if you factor in there's no shipping and there's no tax. I will say, having bought bulk stuff before, you can pick up some of these board, like this ESP32 board, you could probably get for $3 in bulk, and I'm guessing similar for the RISC board, and so I'm sure they're making a little money, but they're also saving you the hassle of having to buy each one of these and source them individually. So overall, I do think it's a pretty good value. The other thing is that they have an instructable that they have on their website. So if you do go on the website, you're going to see like a description of the box. You can also get an idea of what all's in there. So looks like I pretty much figured out just about everything that was in there. Again, this one's all pretty familiar to me. I messed around with most of this stuff, but lot of goodies in this box. If you were to buy it full retail price, you're going to pay $59. If you sign up for the kit though, you're only going to spend $44, which is what I did. So I think that's a pretty good deal. The other thing that I'll say is there's also an instructable if you click on the online guide link, and then basically it's going to go through and just kind of tell you, like, here's what you can do. Like in this one, you're going to learn about the Ohm's law and the power triangle. So these are very useful concepts to know about. I learned a lot about this in school, but also if you're have your ham radio, this is very handy to know, and things that you need to know on the test. So anyway, the website just kind of goes through a lot of different things that you can try and test and see what happens. So like you can plug in your USB, you can see, hey, am I really running 5 volts? Am I running something else? What happens when I plug in a device to it? How much current does it draw? And then how much does the voltage drop? Things like that. And then there's also, then it'll talk a little bit about I was actually wondering this is what is the difference between my older ESP32s and then this S2. And then it goes through, it looks like, on some other stuff. Oh, and then it talks about gives you the pinout a little bit more and talks about the dip switches. And then this is kind of cool. So they also mention about running Linux on Windows, which is kind of cool. I'm a big Linux fan, so I've been running Linux for a while. Also use the command line a lot on my Mac here. But in case you're not familiar with running Windows subsystem for Linux, you can come in here and check it out. So yeah, I'm not real sure, like, on this whole wrist chip, not familiar with this as much, but I'm looking forward to digging into it. So there may be some benefit to using this as a IoT device. It looks like it has a lot of the similar features, maybe as the ESP32 does. One thing, I think it's probably a little better on the power consumption mode, or power consumption, so the amount of power that it's going to take to run something. So that's cool, and maybe I'll even play around with the USB to see what the differences are, in terms of what the amps are pulling and things like that. So then you've got so there's a buck booster, DC to DC converter. So you're going to be able to basically take any level of input, whether it's I guess it looks like 0.8 volts is the minimum, but then it's going to boost it up to or probably, I guess it's only going one way, so it's going to basically take anything between that range and always give you consistent 3.3 volt output, which is you definitely want that for a lot of your power when you're powering things. It's better to have a stable input, especially for a lot of the different devices that might need different, like a consistent voltage like you have here. So you got your voltage in and your voltage out. So these are probably expecting a consistent voltage. So there's a temperature and pressure sensor. So then, and something else I think is kind of cool about this is it says, basically go on and experiment and kind of, hack the planet. So I guess I'm looking forward to learning more about this kit and seeing how I can use it. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed my first Hackerbox video, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing a little more with it. And I got my styling going now here, so I don't know. My head's maybe a little bigger than the hat, but that's all right. Actually, it fits pretty well. Yeah, so I like the swag. Yeah. All right. So thanks for watching Greg's Maker Corner, and we'll check back soon.